Hi friends, it's Miss Black back with you, and I've got another story for you this week. And this week's story is called Whose Hat Is This? So it's a fun story. It gives us some fun facts, and it's also a book where you get to guess whose hat it is on the next page. And I am sure that all of you will be able to guess most of these hats because you're very clever kids. So let's have a look. It's called Whose Hat Is This? And the person that wrote this story is Sharon Katz Cooper. Let's see if we know some people that wear these hats. Excuse me. Whose hat is this? A look at hats workers wear, hard, tall, and shiny. And they're all the different hats here. I'm not going to tell you whose hats they are because I want you to guess. Okay? Now, this is what it says at the very beginning of the story. It says, put on your thinking cap and guess whose hat is who. There are hard hats and soft hats, square hats and round hats. There are even very tall hats. Some workers wear hats to keep warm and others wear hats to stay clean. A hat can block sun from the worker's eyes, and a hat can protect a head from getting hurt. Hats come in all shapes and sizes. Can you guess whose hat is whose? Let's see if you're a great guesser. I'm sure you are. Whose hat is this? So bright and shiny. Who do you know that wears a red, shiny helmet hat? Let's see if you're correct. Whose helmet was it? The firefighter. That's right. This is a firefighter's helmet. She runs into burning buildings to put out fires. Her helmet keeps her head safe from falling objects and extreme heat. So it's a hard hat, isn't it? And it's also red so that they can see her. It says down here, a fun fact, firefighters' helmets are red, yellow, or neon colored so they can be quickly seen from far away through the smoke. So if she was in a burning building, then her firefighter friends will be able to see her easily because she's wearing her red helmet. Want to see who the next one is? There it is. It's another lady. Two ladies on the same page. Whose hat is this? Hanging over a face. There you go. So it's a hard hat here, and then there's some net. Don't know if you can see it, but there's netting that is covering her face. Let's see who wears this hat. Oh, there it is. It's a beekeeper's hat. Let's read the words. A beekeeper raises bees for honey. She reaches into hives buzzing with bees to get the honey. Her hat covers her face and protects her from stings. So that's why she has the covering over her face, the mesh, to protect her from bees stinging her on the face. And it says, fun fact, beekeepers also wear coveralls and long gloves to protect the rest of their bodies from bee stings. Oh, you don't want a bee sting, do you? No siree, Bob. Whose hat is this? So tall and clean. Who do you know that wears a big, tall, white hat? Somebody that you might know that wears a big hat like this one. I wonder who it would be. It's not the firefighter, and it's not a beekeeper. It might be somebody where you go out to eat. What do you think? This is a chef's hat. A nice, tall chef's hat. And it says his hat is also called a toque. His white hat shows that his kitchen is clean. The chef in charge of a restaurant wears the tallest hat. So the chef with the tallest hat on is the one who's in charge of the restaurant. A fun fact, a chef's hat might have 100 pleats. These pleats show that a great chef can cook an egg 100 different ways. I didn't know that about a chef's hat. So that's the hat that a chef wears. It's very different to the beekeeper's hat, isn't it? And it's very different to the firefighter's hat. So different people wear different hats. Whose hat is this with a polished silver badge? Can you see their eyebrows? There's their eyebrows. So they're not showing you their face. They're just showing you the black hat with a polished silver badge. Who do you think that is? I bet you can guess. I bet you know. Aha, I think you're right. I think you are right. This is a police officer's cap. It is part of her uniform. A police officer's cap helps people find her quickly in a crowd because no one else will be wearing the same cap. And there she is, the police officer, with a very special cap on. And the fun fact down here says, the badges, emblems, and nameplates on the uniform are part of the insignia that a person in uniform wears. It shows what town the officer works in or what kind of skills she has. So there you go. Her hat tells you a little bit about her as a police lady. Clever. Whose hat is this? So round and strong. Do you know somebody that has a round hat like that? Maybe you might not know this one. It took me a little while to guess who it was, but it's the football player, isn't it? This is the football player's helmet. When one football player tackles another one, his helmet keeps his head safe if he hits the ground or another player. And a fun fact about the football helmet is some football helmets have linings made of inflatable pads. These pads help the helmet fit snugly to each player's head. Did you know that? So there is, do you know what? I'm going to say an American football player who wears a helmet like that. Whose hat is this? Shining in the night. Whose hat do you think that one is? Have you seen somebody at night time that has a shiny helmet like that? I haven't either. Let's see who it is. This is an astronaut's helmet. It is part of his spacesuit. Up in space, there is no air. His helmet gives him air to breathe and keeps his body at a steady temperature. There you go. That's an astronaut's helmet. Let me read the fun fact. It is very cold up in space, so astronauts must wear special suits with their helmets. These suits help the astronauts stay nice and warm. So that's the astronaut's hat. There's lots of hats in this story, isn't there? It's a fun book. I really like it. Whose hat is this? So hard and yellow. I bet you can guess this one. Very easy. Hey? Did you guess it right? Bob the Builder? Let's see. It looks like Bob the Builder, doesn't it? This is a construction worker's helmet. Let's read about the construction worker and why he wears a hard yellow helmet. Sometimes workers drop pieces of wood or sharp nails while they are working. A construction worker wears a hard hat to protect his head. And a fun fact, the original hard hat was made out of canvas, glue and black paint. Today, hard hats are made out of plastic. Plastic is stronger and more durable. We've got some of those hats at Pre-K, haven't we? You guys liked playing with them when we were at Pre-K. Hopefully you'll get back and we can play with them again. Whose hat is this? So warm and snuggly. What kind of hat do we call that? I think it might be a beanie. Do you have a beanie? Not in Kigali. It's too warm in Kigali. But if you lived where it was snowing, I'm sure you would have a beanie on. And it says, this is your hat. When it is cold outside, it keeps your head warm. When it snows, it keeps your head dry. A fun beanie. Oh, I'd like it to be cold enough to wear a beanie. But we're very lucky in Kigali that it doesn't get cold. Fun fact, hats can be made from yarn, fleece, wool, cotton or leather. Some winter hats even have flaps to cover your ears. There you go. I haven't seen too many snowmen in Rwanda at all. So that was the last page, and this page says, just for fun, point to the picture of the hat described in each sentence. So I'm going to read it to you, and I'm going to show you and see which hat you think it would be. Would it be the American footballer? Would it be the beekeeper? Or would it be the police lady? Okay. I have a special netting to protect a worker's face. So which hat do you remember had a special netting on it? Was it the footballer? Was it the police lady? Was it the beekeeper? Yes, it was. It was the beekeeper. You're right. I have a shiny badge and stand out in a crowd. Is that the footballer? Does the footballer have a shiny badge? No. Does the beekeeper? No. Does the police lady? Yes, she does. She has a shiny badge so that she can stand out in a crowd. And the last one says, I protect an athlete's head. Which one haven't we chosen yet? I can't even trick you. You guys know everything. The footballer's hat, isn't it? So he's the one that protects an athlete's head. And that's the story about whose hat is this. I hope you enjoyed that book because I really like this book. Flora and I have read it lots of times and we enjoy it every single time. And she likes to say what hat is the one for the next page. So I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you had fun guessing which the hat was for the next page. And I'm going to send you some activities and have fun doing some of those activities. And I can't wait to see your hats. See you. Bye-bye.